What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video we are going to talk about a possible altcoin sell-off, right? An absolute dump for altcoins and potentially Bitcoin as well. So basically this is going to affect the whole crypto markets, and if you want to find out more about this, I want you to watch this video to the end. I'm going to get quite in depth, so feel free to watch this in a couple of settings. This video is going to dive into the nitty-gritty. So if you're ready for that, let's dive right into it. So right off the bat, if we just take a look at Ethereum right now, you can see that we have sort of lost this key level right now. Like we are losing this key level at about 0.628, and this is important because previously I was expecting, right, at least I was hoping for Ethereum to form a double bottom on this level, but it was successful, don't get me wrong, but now it has fallen below. So does that mean that altcoins are absolutely going to take a dump? Well, not yet, because at the moment, even though we have broke below that level, and at the moment we are going for a bearish retest, all hope is not yet lost, because at the moment, if I just bring up market Cipher, you can see that we are pretty deep in the money flow right now, into the red. That means that money flow might not go even lower, and at the moment we are finding brilliant support at this level right here, which is a 200 EMA on the 8-hourly chart. Now this is important for a few reasons. So if you guys have heard of the Bitcoin dominance chart, basically it is the percentage of the total crypto market cap, right, the entire crypto market cap that Bitcoin holds. And at the moment you can see that it has formed an ascending wedge, and at the moment it is breaking towards the downside, which means for the next couple of days, altcoin might actually be looking pretty brilliant. So I've been calling for 50 for a while now on my Twitter. And if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter at _the art of crypto, this is where I'm sharing the latest market updates. You're not going to want to miss out. So do follow me on Twitter. At the moment, even though we seem to be breaking down, here's why I am bringing up Bitcoin dominance. So basically, if we just go onto CoinGecko, let's say, you can actually see that, the Ethereum market cap is about 300 billion. And if you just combine, the rest of the top 10 altcoins, like Binance, Shine BNB, ADA, Dogecoin, XRP and everything, you still, like even all 10 combined, right, excluding USD Data and USD Coin, you still wouldn't be able to match Ethereum's market cap in terms of an altcoin. Which means when we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, it is more of a accurate statement to say that Bitcoin dominance is a measure of how well or how badly the top 10 altcoins along with Ethereum are going to be doing. So in this case, when Bitcoin dominance pumps, you're not going to see Ethereum and the top 10 altcoins, perhaps the top 20 move as well. Basically all eyes are going to be on Bitcoin. And so if you have a lot of altcoin exposure right now, you are going to want to be careful. Because here's the thing about the bull market continuing. In order for altcoin summer to really kick off, I need to see Bitcoin dominance go back up to about 50 before getting rejected and then falling back down to 30, right? And this is going to take a while, right? It's not going to happen immediately, but it's going to take like a month, possibly 2 months, which means during these 2 months or perhaps a month plus, altcoins are not going to move very well. Bitcoin's going to go into a new reaccumulation cycle, and altcoins might do the same, which means for the next month or two that the crypto market is just not going to be very fun in general. But here's the thing, because I am expecting for Bitcoin dominance to go back up to 50, you're going to want to have some Bitcoin exposure because all eyes are going to be on Bitcoin. And if you haven't already watched that latest Bitcoin video that I posted, a lot of the things that I said in that video are still valid. So head over and check it out. I believe the thumbnail is something like Biden will liquidate you, and so check it out. So now that we know that we are expecting Bitcoin dominance to go back up to 50, does that mean that we shouldn't trade altcoins? No, absolutely not. And remember when I said Bitcoin dominance and ETH Bitcoin is a good measure of how well the top 20-ish coins, the top 50-ish coins are going to perform. At the moment, it only really applies to them. Like if you just take a look at AVA USDT, it's still moving brilliantly, right? Over the last 24 hours or so, it's still got a very nice pump. If we move on to like data, let's say, both of these are really small cap coins, by the way, like less than 200 million or 300 million, which by right it should be a medium cap coin, but let's just call it a small cap. So you see, small cap coins are still moving brilliantly because they are not affected by the same rules that Ethereum and the rest of the top 10 altcoins are chained to. So for the moment, until Bitcoin dominance hits back up to 50, I would actually suggest you guys to, primarily focus on these smaller cap altcoins, right? Stuff like Injective Protocol, stuff like Data, right? When these coins move, they can move really well. And by the way, guys, talking about AVA, if you guys weren't in the private Discord group already, yesterday we traded that AVA move for about a 20 to 30% gain. And, if you're not in the private Discord group, seriously, what are you doing? We are calling profitable trading setups every single day. And every day we have people making absurd amounts of money. There have been so many people in this private Discord group that has paid off their membership in, less than 1 or 2 trades. And the best part is, forget the calls. In this group, you're going to get access to literally a world-class trading education. You're going to get access to, daily live streams that I do where I go through the market and literally call out coins in real time. So if you're interested to get access to something like that, I have about 60 spots remaining. I'm going to close this group after I have about 200 members or so, because I want to be able to dedicate focused attention to everyone in this private Discord group, and I cannot do that if there are too many people. So right now, if you head to the website, if you sign up with crypto, you can actually get up to 40% off. And remember guys, I'm closing this after a while, so remember to secure your spot while you still can. Back to Ethereum, right? Bitcoin dominance, I'm expecting it to go up to 50, so let's see if we will break out of this falling wedge and, finally bring some life back to altcoins, or are we going to absolutely just, take a dump? If we do, then I'm going to look for this level of support for Ethereum at 0.057. That is going to be a level that I'm going to look for Ethereum to hold against Bitcoin, by the way. It's very important that you guys compare things to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is sort of like the mama bear. Whatever Bitcoin does, right, you sort of want to hold its performance against Bitcoin as the benchmark. So here's the levels that I would look for Ethereum to bounce, right, to reverse off of. Should we break below this level right here and below the falling wedge? So mark these levels down on your own chart. Look for look to buy Ethereum and whatever altcoins that you're looking at, especially if they're in the top 10, top 20, top 50-ish. You're going to want to buy those altcoins over there. When Ethereum against Bitcoin hits one of these levels and starts to reverse, right, either that be a double bottom or whatever, you're going to want to look out for that, because trust me, if Ethereum breaks this key level of support right here, altcoins are not going to look pretty, right? Especially the top 10, top 20, right, like Polkadot, Chainlink, and friends. And definitely keep your eye out for Bitcoin dominance to hit 50 in about, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks, probably 4 weeks. And by the way, talking about like Bitcoin dominance, right? Binance actually recently just announced that they were, over here, Binance announcement, they will launch Bitcoin dominance perpetual contracts, which is funny. That means that, you can actually trade the Bitcoin dominance on futures, which means, if you think it's going to go up to 50, then, you can take a long for Bitcoin dominance, and, if it goes up, you make money. I don't know how that works yet. I haven't checked it out, but it's kind of funny. And I posted this on my Twitter as well, so if you haven't followed me on Twitter already, check it out. So that will be like Ethereum and, the general, altcoins. There's another thing that, you guys have to keep in mind as well, because usually the crypto markets is actually pegged, quite a lot to the stock market. And usually if the stock market is pumping as well, right, crypto pumps as well. But if the stock market takes an absolute dump, believe me when I say that crypto is going to have a sell-off as well. At the moment, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me just bring up, multiple charts, right? This is, let me just go back to US, or rather, let me go to Bitcoin for this. And I want you guys to take a look at this, right? See if you spot any similarities. Notice how this is your, this is the first test. This was probably your buying climax. And then this was your break of support, right? I mean, break of resistance. And then, you have the final leg before it comes down, which is about here, right? If this looks familiar to you, it's because this is what you call Wyckoff distribution. And we're seeing that on NASDAQ right now. And crypto is very pegged to the NASDAQ, which means if the NASDAQ takes a massive dump, expect crypto to as well. Now, am I saying this is going to happen immediately? No, because at the moment, like this peak is, the highest peak. If we just take a measure from, Bitcoin's highest peak down to the point before it sold off, you can see that it took about, 30 days. And at the moment, since we've only just formed the peak, so we just, assume that it'll happen within the same rough time frame, then you could potentially be expecting a little sell-off for Nasdaq, kind of like this, and then we're having a rally up before ultimately taking a massive dump. Now, am I saying that it's exactly going to play out? No. Now, I'm not a stock market expert, but we could potentially be seeing the Nasdaq lose about 3,000 points for over the next 2 to 3 months. And if that happens, then crypto is going to follow as well. Forget Nasdaq, right? Let me bring your attention down to another thing. I don't know if you guys realized recently, but the US dollar has been gaining strength. This is important because usually when the US dollar gains strength, right, that means that people don't really want to put their money in Bitcoin or stocks. And that also means when the US dollar is gaining in power, it means that people are choosing to take money out of their stocks and whatever assets they invested in, and they choose to hold it in USD dollars. That means that the price of Bitcoin is actually inversely correlated to the DXY. If we just go back to March 24, this was the pre-crash. If you guys remember, I'm not going to say that word, but this was before that crash, which absolutely tanked the dollar's value. And I want you to just keep in mind, take note of this, right? From 24th of March to about say 11th of January, the value of the dollar has been constantly just going down. And look what happened to Bitcoin in the same exact time period. If we just go back to the March-ish, look at what happened to Bitcoin. Look at what happened to Bitcoin, right? If I just put it on the log scale, you can see this much more clearly, right? Of course, everything tanked at the same time as that happened, but look what happened as the dollar continued to lose value. Look at what happened to Bitcoin. I think we went up by 25x or something. If we just calculate this from the exact bottom, about 15x. So at the moment, the dollar has formed a double bottom, and we seem to be reversing right now. So potentially, just a lot of things are lining up, right? I'm sure you guys have heard of the Bitcoin death cross that is incoming, and at the moment you've got the dollar pumping, you've got the Nasdaq potentially about to take a dump within the next 2 to 3 months. Forget just the Wyckoff distribution. If we just go back to the Nasdaq chart and we bring up market Cipher on both these charts, you can see a very clear similarity. If you just take a look at Bitcoin right here, when money flow started to constantly decrease, right? Money is leaving the asset class, right? That's what all money flow is, right? It tells you whether money is coming into the asset class or if money is leaving the asset class. So at the moment on Nasdaq, and by the way, market Cipher works for stock market as well. And heck, it even works for Forex, like USD, GBP, stuff like that. Market Cipher works for those as well. And look at this, right? We're getting a very similar pattern here. That means, seriously guys, we might be in for a treat if this keeps on. Now, am I saying that this is guaranteed to happen? No. And in fact, I'm going to be making more videos about this, but it's just something to keep in mind, right? At the moment, we have Ethereum sort of losing a key level against Bitcoin. Hopefully we break out of that falling wedge, which I showed. Let me see if I can go back to ETH Bitcoin. All right, hopefully we break out of this falling wedge over here to the upside. If that happens, then altcoins are going to move really well. Bitcoin dominance is going to absolutely tank. But if it doesn't, then if we break through this key level of support right here, we are absolutely the altcoins are not going to move well. Let's just put it that way. And not only that, we're having the Nasdaq, we're having the DXY that is indicating that Bitcoin is about to go down. And it's just multiple factors that are not making it easy for us crypto traders to do our magic. And of course, I'll be making more videos about this. And if you guys want just guidance on how to navigate tough times like this, and not be stuck holding bags or losing money, and being able to catch the coins that pump 20-30% like Ava, like Data, then I'm going to want you to seriously check out the private Discord group over here. Not only am I calling profitable trading setups every single day, you will literally get exact instructions from me every single day. Is the market good? Is the market bad? What am I expecting over the next few days? Stuff like that. And the best part is I am known as the sniper in the private Discord group. It's because I almost can, foresee exactly which level price is going to go to before it happens. On the 15th of June, I called a BTC short at 41,400, right? Now that level is really important because if I go back to Bitcoin, and if we just go onto the 4-hourly, you can see that back then, who would have thought? I called this way in advance, but who would have thought that the price would go exactly on spot? You can't see it as clearly, But because we were trading on futures, if we just go onto BTC USD perpetual futures, you can see price went exactly to that level. On the dollar, right? On the dollar. And that is just one of many sniper entries that I have made. We are sniping entries like literally left and right. You will make back your money in just 1 or 2 trades. And right now I'm gonna close it after about 60 spots. So guys, seriously, right now, if you sign up with crypto, you can get up to 40% off. You are going to want to join this private Discord group. We are making a killing. Even with subpar market conditions, we're absolutely killing it. So you guys are going to want to be a part of this. The link is in the description. Sign up before spots fill up. Remember the key levels for Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin, these are going to be the levels that you're going to want to watch out for, right? For Bitcoin, I mean Ethereum to reverse. For now, mark down these levels on your own chart and, remember the things I said about ETH BTC, Bitcoin dominance, the DXY, the NASDAQ, everything. Just remember, right? The future at the moment for the immediate short term, and by immediate short term, I mean about 3 months-ish, is not looking, it's kind of vague for now. Right? It's not looking bright, but it's not looking dark as well. So we'll have to play it as it happens. And if you want guidance, seriously, I'm spending hours in the Discord group every single day making sure that everyone is succeeding. And if you want guidance like that, you're going to want to sign up for the private Discord group. I'm only keeping it open for just a bit more, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the private group. And with that said, for now, my friend, may the gains be with you, and peace.